From downtown Saskatoon, it's the 31st annual Santa Claus Parade on Shaw Spotlight. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm your host, Simon Hyatt. So happy to be here to help kick off the holiday season. In all, we're going to see 54 floats making their way here down First Avenue in front of a huge crowd. And the good news, no one in the crowd really needs to be all that bundled up because the conditions are absolutely perfect. A beautiful day here in Saskatoon. Maybe a little light snow in the forecast, but that's okay. The singers from Sask Express, they're helping folks get in the spirit behind me. All in all, we got great conditions for this one, folks. It's the Santa Claus Parade, and it's coming your way next on Shaw Spotlight. Well, the floats have turned the corner onto First Avenue, and that means we are ready for action. It is the 2022 Santa Claus Parade right here on Shaw Spotlight. As always, the parade kicked off by members of the Saskatoon Police Services. This year also joined by Saskatoon Emergency Measures Organization and members of Saskatoon Search and Rescue. A big thank you to all of those fine folks for helping us kick off the parade, as well as all the outstanding work you do throughout the year. And then right behind those fine folks, it's our Grand Marshal float. Ronald McDonald House Charities Saskatchewan is thrilled to again be part of the Santa Claus Parade. They have brought a little bit of magic from their Whoville in the Garden Walking Light Tour to you here today. Walking and riding with them today are staff, volunteers, and families that are staying or have stayed at the Ronald McDonald House. They invite you to visit them throughout the month of December for their free Whoville in the Garden Walking Light Tour experience. For more info, go to rmh.sk.ca. Ronald McDonald House Charities Saskatchewan, honored to be joined on their float by Husky Athletics. Yeah, we saw Howler there a second ago. Husky Athletics, a proud partner and supporter for Ronald McDonald House Charities. Also, Zach Jeffrey is along for the ride. Thank you, Zach. Great to see you as well. Also great to see the folks from Loris Disposals North's first ever parade float. They have been asked to bring their special sleigh and Santa's elves, who are busy working on Christmas gifts, here for you today. This truck is being driven by one of their supervisors, Mike Jackson, and they have some of their staff handing out those I Love Recycling tattoos and some reusable straws. Great work. Thanks, Loris. Up next, Optimist Twirling Connection. The Optimist Twirling Connection is a group of baton twirlers with athletes who compete locally, nationally, and internationally from ages 6 to 16 years old. They have many athletes place at the Canadian National Championship back in July of 2022 and currently had 6 athletes attending trials in Ontario in the hopes of getting the spot at I-Cup in Liverpool, England in August of 2023. So good luck to all of those outstanding competitors. Thank you to the folks from Optimist. It's a long ways to walk along the parade route. Now time to say hi to our friends from Cruise FM, 96.3 Cruise FM from Harvard Media. They play the variety that rocks in Saskatoon. Listen to Stacy and Clayton weekday mornings from 6 to 10. Catch all the Saskatchewan Roughriders games on your home of the Roughriders. Listen on your FM dial, cruisefm.com, or say play 96.3 Cruise FM on your favorite smart speaker. Speaking of smart, these folks look smart. It's the Saskatoon Hilltops. They're once again happy to be a part of the Santa Parade on their 75th anniversary. The club would like to thank all of their amazing supporters of the team, coaches, support staff, parents, and all wonderful sponsors that help them compete and grow. Now I got a question for you. Who let the dogs out? The Newfoundland Dog Club is Saskatchewan region. The Newfoundland dog is one of 4 breeds that are indigenous to Canada. They are known for their water rescue abilities and draft work. I don't think that means they're good at drawing. A Newfoundland dog is credited with saving the most amount of people at one time, towing in a rowboat through stormy seas. Temperament is the hallmark of this giant breed, making them an excellent family companion. But one must be prepared to live with lots of hair and drool. Today our Noofs are accompanied by friends in drafting through the snow. Great to see all these pups out there, as well as their handlers and owners trying to stay warm, which is, as I mentioned, not too hard today. Our next float is Midway Health Services West. Saskatoon Tribal Council Health Bus travels to First Nations communities each week, offering dental services, a mental health team, and a community paramedic. Midway Pediatric Ambulance also travels to communities outside of Saskatoon with paramedics and the NICU paramedics, who transport pediatric patients to the Jim Pattinson Children's Hospital. Great work, as always, but done by the folks there at Midway, keeping folks here in Saskatoon safe as well as right throughout our province. We've got another first-time float entry coming up. Please welcome the Saskatchewan Aviation Museum, joining the Santa Claus Parade here for the first time in our 31st year of parading our way through downtown Saskatoon to help welcome in the holiday season as well as the jolly old elf. Saskatchewan Aviation Museum making their way down First Avenue. There they are. The Saskatchewan Aviation Museum Christmas helicopter is sponsored by Shoeless Joe's Sports Grill. The museum has various restored antique aircraft on display. And did you know that you, yes you, can purchase tickets to fly as a passenger in a Tiger Moth biplane built in the 1940s? That sounds like an awful lot of fun. Been lucky enough to take a couple of flights in some older planes here in Saskatoon, thanks to the Aviation Museum, and those folks know how to do it right. Big thank you to the Saskatchewan Aviation Museum for joining us today. And now we've got the Sask Furries group taking part in the parade. These life-size plush animals bring a magical experience and warm hugs to those straight from Santa's toy box. The Sask Furries have members from across the province, and they are excited to spread holiday cheer in this year's Santa Claus Parade. Doing a great job, and well, that's a good way to stay warm. Dress as a giant stuffed animal. Hi everybody, great to see you. Thank you to Sask Furries for being a part of this year's parade. Canadian National Railway has the Saskatoon Engineering Department in their float this year. And you can see a beautiful stretch luxury ride there. YXE Limo is proud to be a part of the Santa Parade. Also some first-timers there, so welcome to YXE Limo. They encourage you to book your Enchanted Forest tour today with them. Up next, we've got Lisa Lambert. Hello, Lisa. Great to see you. Thank you for being a part of things as well as we get another look at slightly different but no less spectacular vehicle from YXE Limo. Punch Buggy Express and Wildernook Fresh Air Learning. The Punch Buggy Express and its team of elves are excited to make a winter appearance to wish everyone a very happy holiday. The elves powering the pedal bus are children from Wildernook's after-school programs. The Punch Buggy Express is proudly supported by Outer Limits and Downtown YXE. Punch Buggy is Canada's first children's pedal bus, and Wildernook had it shipped from the Netherlands to provide an energizing, active transportation option along our beautiful river trails. Saw a glimpse there of MLA Ken Cheveldayoff. He has participated in the Santa Claus Parade every year since being first elected in 2003. Always working for you. Ken has served people in Northeast Saskatoon. Currently the MLA for Willow Grove, Evergreen, Aspen Ridge, Arundel, Arbor Creek, Brighton, College Park, and Briarwood. So thank you, Ken, for being a part of things with us once again today. Please welcome our next float, A Very Merry Christmas by Trinity Safety and Training. Trinity Safety, a locally owned and operated business out of Saskatoon, is once again happy to join this year's Santa Claus Parade with a classic Christmas-themed float. They wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a wonderful New Year, and hope to continue to keep you safe in the workplace for years to come. All right, members of the Saskatoon Valkyries also here. The Valkyries Football Club, Saskatoon's only women's tackle football team, 7 times WWCFL champions. Walking and riding players and staff from the team, the Valkyries have a winning history, to say the least, with athletes who have played multiple sports, or sometimes none at all before football. They believe there's a place for everyone on the football field, and isn't that true? Their team passing out cards to anyone interested in joining them. Yeah, you want to be a part of a winning tradition, sign up with those Saskatoon Valkyries, an awful lot of fun. Time for a Super Christmas with the True Crew float. This float by True Mechanical, a local plumbing and heating company serving Saskatoon and surrounding areas. This is their second year participating in the parade. The True Crew, along with their families, wish you a very Merry Christmas and a safe and Happy New Year. Thank you, True Crew. Got a lot of folks crammed in there, helping usher in the holiday season. A few different vehicles. So we got chimney and tree up on top of one of the vans. It's great to see each and every year businesses, organizations, clubs that take part, putting in an awful lot of effort. Don't forget, later on, as the voting continues throughout the parade, we'll be telling you who is the winners in this year's parade. So a lot on the line for them. Astro Towing, providing towing and hauling services in and around Saskatoon for over 45 years. Today they are showcasing their restored antique tow truck, a 1923 Model T Ford with a 1918 Holmes wrecker mounted on the back. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone from the entire crew at Astro Towing. Holiday spirit alive and well. Lots of folks from Astro. Great to see the new vehicles as well as the classics taking part in this year's parade. I believe Astro's gotten me out of a couple of jams. I get a lot of snow in the alley behind my house, so thank you to Astro for helping keep us all safe, as well as being a part of this year's parade. Up next behind them, we've got the Saskatoon Miracles Twirling Club. The Miracles offer baton twirling classes from recreational level to world-class level. This includes community association programs around Saskatoon. Classes run for ages 4 and up, and they have certified coaches instructing each and every class. Again, another baton. That's such a great baton tradition here in the city of Saskatoon. We talked about it earlier, international world-class athletes, and really a marathon event for them, just keeping twirling all throughout the day today as they make their way throughout the streets of downtown Saskatoon. So thank you to them. These guys maybe have it a little bit easier. They get to ride along. But yeah, always very impressed with the baton twirling skills that we see during the Santa Claus Parade. Thank you to all of these athletes for representing our city so well, locally, nationally, and internationally. Up next, we've got MLA Don Morgan. Don and his wife Sandy, who is accompanying him today, would like to extend season's greetings to all residents of Saskatoon and area and wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a healthy and prosperous 2023. Thanks very much, Don. Up next, 98 Cool from Saskatoon Media Group. 98 Cool, playing the coolest music ever made from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and more. Tune in to win the biggest prizes in radio, including this 2022 Rock and Roll Ram. Ooh. And right behind them, we've got The Bull, also from Saskatoon Media Group. The Bull is your country station, playing the very best in country music. On December 1st, The Bull turns into The Reindeer, playing nothing but country music for the holiday season. Also helping us get into the holiday spirit, the Salvation Army has a message to share. Gathering for the holidays includes friends, family, laughter, singing, foods, and gifts wrapped in fancy paper and tied with a bow. But the Salvation Army would like to remind you the true gift of Christmas brings hope, love, joy, and peace to the world. This year, may we be reminded that the greatest of these gifts is love. So whether we find ourselves gathered with family and friends to celebrate, or gather with strangers as we navigate a busy mall or parking lot. The greatest gift that we can give one another, regardless of where we are gathered for the holidays, is love. And isn't that the truth? A beautiful message. And speaking of love, oh, there it is in a furry little package. We got Rudolph's Puppy Pals from New Hope Dog Rescue. New Hope Dog Rescue brings you Rudolph's Puppy Pals. These are the best pups who are looking for forever homes. The pups are accompanied by New Hope volunteers and fosters. And I gotta tell you, this is an absolute true fact. 2 months ago, my wife and I adopted a dog from New Hope, and she has made a huge difference in our house. So welcome Lucy to our house, as well as welcome New Hope. BN Metals Tons of Toys Express is up next. BN has been involved in the community for many decades and is a family-owned business. Recently, they have grown, opening locations in Prince Albert and North Battleford. Giving back to their communities is a high priority for the company. In the last few years, they've decided to give the donations at Christmas a name, BN Metals Tons of Toys. They have teamed up with PV Mart on 51st Street and at their other locations in Prince Albert and North Battleford. They purchase tons of toys for residents of their communities that can really use an extra measure of cheer during the holiday season. This year they created BN Metals Tons of Toys Express, created by the owner and staff of BN, using some of the recycled metal items. Stay tuned in the new year. Win a trip by recycling your metals at BN Metals. Ooh, we got some Transformer action, I believe, up there on the truck as well. Great display by BN Metals. As always during the parade, things can get a little bunched up, things can slow down a little bit, but now we're starting to move again. Mad Saskatoon here with Smart Wheels and an important message. This is a Classroom on Wheels, an elementary school program developed for students in grade 4 to 6 to educate them about the harmful risks associated with alcohol and drug use, as well as impaired driving. Mad Saskatoon continues to promote the message of driving sober and planning a safe ride home. Death by impaired driver is not an accident, and they're going to be handing out those ubiquitous red ribbons or window statics. Displaying these ribbons lets everyone know that you are committed to driving sober. Walking along the Smart Wheels bus, are volunteers from their chapter. This is their 4th year in the parade. Mad Canada's mission is to stop impaired driving and support victims of this violent crime. Saskatoon Blades and Saskatchewan Rush are also here. From the Saskatoon Blades, we have Poke Check as well as a few players. And from the Saskatchewan Rush, we have Bruiser the Bulldog and the Electric Crew. Thank you to the Blades and the Rush for being a part of the Santa Claus Parade and keeping us entertained now that their seasons are well underway. Rush, of course, just a huge phenomenon here in Saskatoon. So well supported. Had a great preseason. Now regular season is underway. Blades as well, off to a good start on their season. So could be a lot of winning there at the arena as 2022 gives way to 2023. Wish both of these great teams good luck as they look to claim playoff spots. Poke Check along for the ride. And yeah, where we are located here on the parade route, we're kind of towards the end, and as I mentioned a few minutes ago, things can sometimes get a little bunched up. Now we're in business once again. Saskatoon Fire and Flood heroes. Their staff and family enjoy being heroes in their day job, but they don't normally get to dress like it. Ford Lightning truck powering the music and fun, but not that real fire keeping them warm. Past People's Choice winner they are. Merry Christmas to your families from ours. Great job. Another outstanding display from Saskatoon Fire and Flood. Oh man, it keeps on going. That's impressive as well. They will certainly be in the running for those awards that we hand out at the end of the parade. Stay tuned for that as we let you know. There's both a People's Choice Award as well as the Judge's Choice. We're located just down the road here on First Avenue from those judges who will be checking out all of these exhibitions. Up next, we've got HMCS Unicorn. His Majesty's Canadian Ship Unicorn, represented by full and part-time reservists. This float is a Royal Canadian Navy RHIB. Now, this type of boat is used here in Canada and in oceans all around the world to support the mission of the Royal Canadian Navy. And yes, for the first time ever during one of these parades, it's His Majesty's Canadian Ship Unicorn. So, a bit of an adjustment there as King Charles III now reigning. The BHP Enchanted Forest Living Skies Limousine Float is a trolley that seats 24, and it provides tours throughout the Enchanted Forest. Yeah, it's that time of year again. Big thank you to BHP and the hardworking people at the Enchanted Forest for providing excellent entertainment every winter for the people of Saskatoon and all around Saskatchewan, really. I know lots of folks travel in, make their way over to the Forestry Farm area to take in the Enchanted Forest. Lydale started in Saskatoon almost 45 years ago, and they have since expanded to Regina, Calgary, and Edmonton over the years. Lydale is a 24/7 emergency response and disaster cleanup company that also does reconstruction and repair along with asbestos and mold remediation. This is the first time that Lydale has participated in the parade, so welcome to them as well. The Lydale staff and families are participating in the parade today. Great to have them along as part of the Santa Claus Parade. Bunch of first-timers this year. That's great to see. Yeah, it feels like maybe we have more floats than ever in this year's parade, so great to have you one and all, whether you're a newcomer or a veteran of the Santa Claus Parade. Lots of family members along, helping out. Now we got the Boom Snap Dance Float by the Epic Dance Complex. Epic Dance Complex has their super students and parents walking in the parade. They have been flying this dance season, learning new skills in preparation for competition and performance season. Epic Dance Complex is accepting registration for classes starting in January and ranges from ages 18 months all the way up to 12 years. So whatever your age level is, they've got something for you. And now we got some postal workers. CUPW, Canadian Union of Postal Workers, is here with 2 postal trucks all decked out, carrying letter carriers as well as letters, handing out candy canes, and taking Santa letters from children to be delivered to the North Pole. And man, oh man, talk about the hardest working folks in show business right now. It's those postal workers dealing with all those cards and packages. Thank you so much for your work during this holiday season and throughout the year, bringing us all of that important mail and parcels that people are eagerly awaiting for, especially at this time of year. Good crowd along. Oh, someone along. Oh, nice. All bundled up for the ride as well. Hey, a big hello to our friends from CTV Saskatoon, including the teams from CTV Morning Live, CTV News at noon, 5, 6, and 11:30. Superheroes are everywhere in our community, at our schools, our first responders, and frontline workers. From everyone at CTV Saskatoon, a big thank you to all the superheroes and best wishes to everyone for a safe and happy holiday season. Great to see our friends from CTV, as well as friends from Correctional Services Canada. Correctional Service Canada officers from RPC, the Regional Psychiatric Center, they're out spreading some good Christmas cheer. Now, this is also their first time as they are participating as rookies in the Saskatoon Santa Claus Parade. Great to have them along in that vehicle. They also have an offender transport van and a perimeter patrol vehicle. Some very interesting vehicles. Thank you to Correctional Services Canada as well as for your outstanding work helping keep our community safe. Speaking of cool vehicles, check out these cool cars. Dragon's Rod and Custom Car Club has been in Saskatoon since 1957. And they recently celebrated their 60th show, raising funds to assist with helping out Camp Easter Seal. Now you can find out more information on the Dragon's Rod and Custom Car Club from Shane Arthur. He's got information, but I think it's one of those things, you know, they're such an institution in our city, the Dragon's Rod and Custom Car Club. You probably know a little bit about them if you've lived in Saskatoon for any time at all. Put on the annual car show, just amazing vehicles on display, and do so much great work in our community, raising money for charity, especially there at Camp Easter Seal. I've been lucky enough to go out to Camp Easter Seal a few times over the years, and it's really just a magical place, and so much of that magic happens for people of all abilities thanks to the Dragons. Please welcome the Comets Eclipse hockey team. This is their first time participating in the Santa Claus Parade, and they would like to say a special thanks to Jubilee Ford for the truck and trailer today. Comets hockey team under 13 girls team walking in the parade today, so great to have the Comets along for their first time. Again, things just getting a little bit bunched up, but that gives the players a chance to go over and visit with people in the crowd. Great float there by the Comets. Giant snowman waving hello. Got the hockey net. It's a Canadian tableau is what it is. Thank you to the Comets for being a part. Great to have you along as first-timers in the Santa Claus Parade. Hi guys, great work. Now we've got Saskatoon Disaster Services, DKI. This is your 11-time Consumer Choice Award-winning property damage restoration company. They have been locally owned and operated since 2002, and they take pride in serving Saskatoon and surrounding communities. Saskatoon Disaster Services is a member of DKI Canada, which proudly sponsors patient family stay rooms at Ronald McDonald Houses right across Canada. Saskatoon SPCA is here with their Pawvengers Unite for the Holidays float. Saskatoon SPCA provides safe shelter and finds happy homes for thousands of animals in the community. This vehicle is used to transport animals to vet clinics and satellite adoption partner locations each and every day. Staff and volunteers walking in the parade are true animal lovers. With community support, these staff and volunteers keep the shelter functioning 365 days a year so that the SPCA can give vulnerable animals in our community a second chance at life. Up next, it's that famous Saskatoon Badgers Rugby Club and their Badger Bus. The Badgers are a men's rugby club founded in 1996 that competes against other clubs here in Saskatoon as well as in PA and Regina. The Badgers support youth rugby development in Saskatoon, and they encourage everyone to give rugby a try. The greatest and most inclusive team sport around. Join the Badgers, play rugby, be deadly. Look at the Badgers Rugby Club bus all decked out and ready for the holiday season. Urban Vogue Hair Studio is also here for the first time with their parade entry. They are located in the community of Stonebridge here in Saskatoon. They're a Redken color salon, Canada's #1 professional hair care brand, offering a wide range of hair services. They are passionate about what they do and strive to stay educated so they can provide the best guest experience possible. Their goal is to exceed your expectations and make your hair dreams a reality while considering your budget and schedule. Great to have Urban Vogue along. Thanks, folks. So many first-timers. And man, oh man, an impressive debut from Urban Vogue with that beautiful holiday gingerbread-themed float. Up next, this one is special. I was seeing this one earlier. The Saskatoon Light and Power Grinchmas. Saskatoon Light and Power's first year entering the parade. Their display shows the mean Mr. Grinch ruining Christmas by shutting off the Christmas lights. But no worries, the power line technicians of Saskatoon Light and Power are here to save the day and get those lights back on. This float prepared by Saskatoon Light and Power employees. Man, that's great. Incorporating the Christmas theme as well as the nature of the business represented. Saskatoon Light and Power. Fantastic work by these folks. Another first timer. Oh no, don't let that Grinch steal Christmas. He's not going to do it. Saskatoon Light and Power on the case, keeping things going. Grinch throwing some presents off to those SLP workers. Curious what's in those. Saskatoon, the Latino Canadian business community, is super excited to enter their Navidad Latina float. They're showing off some of their community people, habits, and businesses, and are eager to celebrate the Christmas season. Great to have those communities involved as well. Thanks so much for being a part of the Santa Claus Parade. As well, we can see the escort being given by the Saskatoon Police Service, making sure the parade is running along smoothly. Ooh, we've got the Encanto truck, which is also part of Saskatoon, Latino Canadian business community. Lots of folks marching along, showing off the flags from various countries. Thanks so much, folks. Great to have you along. Again, showing the diversity of our city, growing each and every day. Feliz Navidad indeed. Hi, everybody. Got a bit of an Encanto theme going as well. Everybody ready for the holiday season, however you celebrate it, wherever you're from, whatever brought you to Saskatoon. Great to have you here as part of the Santa Claus Parade and part of our community. Really impressive display. Oh, and now we've got the Heartland Pony Club. They're back again with, you guessed it, horses. Heartland Pony Club is located at Pike Lake. The members spent time decorating the float after Pony Club and are excited to be riding their ponies today. Ponies are just behind this float. Another beautifully thematically decorated float for the Heartland Pony Club. Again, trying to campaign, get the judges' attention, get members of the public's attention to vote for their float. And now we've got the ponies along as well. Those pony or reindeer? I'm not sure. We'll have to do some investigating. I'm guessing it's ponies though, riding as part of the Santa Claus Parade. Thanks so much, Heartland Pony Club. Stay warm and have fun, man. You got the best ride of all. And things slow down just a little bit from time to time here towards the end of the parade route. But that's okay. I don't think anyone minds getting a little bit of an extra look at these beautiful animals. Is it possible? Was Rudolph actually a pony? I don't know. That might be some revisionist history. Brainsport is part of the parade once again with their gingerbread men and the giant donut. Brian and his team say thank you to the Saskatoon community for supporting Brainsport. Brainsport owner Brian McCashew, a 6-time winner of the Saskatchewan Marathon, and he sure knows his running gear. He hires the best, so you won't be disappointed when you come in looking for shoes, clothing, or other running gear. You can come into their store on 10th Street, or you can go online in their virtual store. Thanks for shopping local. Up next, our friends from Global Saskatoon. Global Saskatoon been serving the community since 1987, providing local news, weather, and sports. Global Saskatoon and globalnews.ca, your source for breaking news and engaging content, telling the stories that matter to Saskatchewan in ways that make a difference and put local issues in perspective. Up next, we've got the QB Float. The theme of this float, superheroes in our schools. Education support workers from Prairie Spirit, Greater Saskatoon Catholic, and Saskatoon Public School divisions are superheroes and at the heart of our schools. These support workers assist student learning both inside and outside the classroom, and they would like to send a special thanks to their sponsor, Rentals Inc., located on Fletcher Road, and wish happy holidays to all the students and colleges they work with, and to all citizens of Saskatoon and surrounding areas. Now we've got the Saskatoon Fire Department. Among the things that we're seeing from their entries, one of Saskatoon's brush trucks, a heavy-duty 4x4, mainly used to fight grass fires. One of the truck's significant features is its ability to release water while driving. The brush truck being driven by a member of the Saskatoon Fire Department, and Sparky is riding in the back. And we've also got Ladder Number 1, an aerial fire truck owned and operated by the Saskatoon Fire Department. Ladder 1 is located at Fire Station Number 1 on Idlewild Drive South, and it responds to incidents throughout the entire west side of Saskatoon. The crew for Ladder Number 1, there they are on board today. Thank you so much, Saskatoon Fire Department, for all that you do throughout the year in keeping the city of Saskatoon and our citizens safe. Look at that beautiful truck. It's always got the Christmas colors going, but especially stands out this time of year. Sounding their sirens as they make their way along. Saskatoon Fire Department, long-time participants in the Santa Claus Parade. I think is one of the things that really attracts the attention, especially of the young attendees of the parade, those fire trucks with the lights and the sirens. Definite heroes in our community, members of the Saskatoon Fire Department. Electric Vehicles of Saskatoon up next. Sask EV is a non-profit collective of electric vehicle owners and enthusiasts from across Saskatchewan. They serve current and future EV owners in this province and beyond to support the transition to sustainable transportation. Join them online at saskev.ca as well as on Facebook to learn about them. Very cool technology. The electric vehicles starting to become more and more commonplace, seeing a real shift, and it's certainly been interesting to see. And now we've got a special treat courtesy of the Saskatoon Santa Claus Parade Committee. These blow-up snowmen and Santa's elves, they've flown in directly from the North Pole today. Man, that is busy. Right into the parade from the North Pole. Let's give a big cheer. Welcome them to Saskatoon. They are heading off to Midtown Common after the parade, and they're going to be meeting the folks. And yeah, we are just about at the end, folks. Believe only one more float to go, and you know who's on that float. The anticipation is growing. You can feel the excitement in the air. Santa is almost here. The guy we've been waiting for, as well as Mrs. Claus, of course, along for the ride, just about to make their appearance here in downtown Saskatoon. There he is! Oh my God, it's Santa! Hi, Santa. Hi, Mrs. Claus. Hi, reindeer. The man who needs no introduction. It's the Santa Claus Float, hosted by Midtown. We have Santa and Mrs. Claus joining us from the North Pole today. Give them a big cheer, welcoming them to Saskatoon. Oh, the crowd just comes alive when Santa makes his appearance. And when we see Santa, that means the parade is just about over. Another outstanding parade. Great work done by all involved. A huge thank you to everyone who helped put the parade together, including the organizing team. And just like that, we've got the results of the voting. Congratulations to this year's big winners. First of all, taking home the People's Choice Award, Saskatoon Light and Power for their Grinchmas float. Congratulations to them. And this year's Judge's Choice Award goes to BN Metals for the Tons of Toys Express float. A big thank you to everyone who participated in this year's Santa Claus Parade, and a big thank you to all of you for watching, whether you were there in person like these fine folks excited to see Santa, or you just joined us here on Shaw Spotlight. Thank you so much for taking in the Santa Claus Parade once again this year. I'm Simon Hyatt. We'll see you next year.